This video is made possible by CuriosityStream and Nebula. Watch a longer and uncut version of this video, along with plenty of other exclusive content on Nebula by following the link down below. You know how Thomas Franklin once said, "What is history, philosophy, science, and art but a series of long drawn-out dick-measuring contests?" Well, on this episode of BioArc, we're gonna end history, philosophy, science, and art by having the dick-measuring contest to end all dick-measuring contests. I have personally measured the penises of the animal kingdom, and now I will hand out awards for the biggest, juiciest ones out there. Before we get into the meat of this video, let's define penis. It's a type of intromittent organ, which is an organ that's used to get inside of a female or a hermaphrodite and deliver sperm. To be a penis, an intromittent organ has to be used pretty much exclusively for sperm delivery. A notable exception to this rule are placental mammals, whose urethras also run through their penises. Not all animals have penises, especially not the female ones. But not all males have one in all species either. There's other intermittent organs out there, like spiders' pedipalps, that also can act like pincers or taste and smell organs. I'll mention a few other non-penis intermittent organs throughout this video, so my sincere apologies if you came here for and only for penises. Not sure if your parents have told you this, but first things first. To properly get inside of a female, a male's gotta get erect. In some mammals like marsupials, horses, hyenas, and humans, there's a hydraulic system where blood enters the phallic tissue and hardens it. And in anime characters, the blood also shoots out of their nose. However, this hydraulic system takes time, which is a problem because mating leaves animals in a very vulnerable position, both physically and emotionally. So, most other mammals have a quicker system in place to get a boner. As in, a literal boner. As in, their erection is caused by a bone. This bone's called the baculum, and it's kept tucked away in the male's abdomen. And when he's found a special someone, the baculum shoots into the erectile tissue, and this gives him instant rigidity faster than even Blue Chew can give you. The largest baculum in the animal kingdom is found in the walrus. It can reach 30 inches, or 75 centimeters, as long as a human femur. Penises come in a plethora of shapes and sizes, but today, like most days, we only care about the size. In terms of sheer size, it should come as no surprise then that the biggest schlong belongs to the biggest animal out there, the blue whale. This is most likely to compensate for the fact that male blue whales are typically 15% smaller than the females. Their penises are around 10 feet long or 3 meters, and they're a foot or a third of a meter in diameter. Their penis alone is the height of an African elephant, which, conveniently, is the land animal with the largest penis, at 3 feet or a meter long, or about the length of a baseball bat. In the book Moby Dick, the author Herman Melville suggested that a whale's penis was so big that one could use the skin of Moby's dick as a sort of impromptu apron to shield you while skinning the rest of the whale. I don't really recommend you try that. Moving on. The blue whale's testicles are each up to around 150 pounds, or about 69 kilograms. Talk about some blue balls. And as you can imagine, each ejaculation is incredibly prodigious. One blue whale load is estimated to be about 4 gallons, or 15 liters. That would be enough to fill about 30 Boston cream pies, or about 32 dozen Boston cream donuts. Blue whales also have a fairly sizable penis-to-body ratio of about 1:8, which is about 50% bigger than the penis-to-body ratio of the average adult man, which is about 1:12. So, what is the animal out there with the biggest penis-to-body ratio? For that, we'll continue to look at the blue whale, but this time at the creatures that live on the blue whale. These creatures are barnacles. They look like rocks, I know, but they're actually crustaceans. So you could say they're kind of like rock lobsters. Anyway, barnacles grab onto surfaces like the hulls of ships, the faces of blue whales, and rocks, and live out their entire lives there without ever moving whatsoever. So, they needed to come up with some creative solutions to mate. Luckily for them though, most barnacles are hermaphrodites, meaning that they produce both eggs and sperm. So as long as they can encounter another barnacle of the same species out there, they're good to rock and roll. Some of them, like gooseneck barnacles, just spew their sperm out into the ocean and filter sperm from the water to fertilize their eggs. But others simply have incredibly long penises. They reach these proboscis-like penises out to find any nearby barnacles to fertilize, with penises reminiscent of this new cartoon coming out of Denmark about this Where's Waldo-looking dude with a ginormous schlong with a mind of its own that's perplexingly marketed at children between the ages of 4 and 8. Thanks, Denmark. Speaking of the number 8, though, That's roughly how many times longer a barnacle's penis is than its whole body. That'd be like if a human man had a penis longer than a Hummer limo, which is about 100 times longer than an average penis is. So if someone had a dong that long, how would they store it inside them? One way would be to wind it up like a garden hose. This is what waterfowl in the family Anatidae do, the vertebrates with the largest penis to body ratio. They are one of only 3 families of birds that have any sort of penis whatsoever, and they keep them coiled up inside of their cloacas. Cloacas are found in all amphibians, reptiles, birds, and a few mammals like monotremes, and they serve as the singular exit hole in these animals for everything, for urine, dung, and reproductive secretions, including both sperm and eggs. To mate, a species without a phallus will do what's called a cloacal kiss, wherein the male balances on top of the female and they touch their cloacas together for a few seconds. This isn't easy to do without the cooperation on the part of the female. Unfortunately, waterfowl have phalluses. I want to keep this video more lighthearted, so I won't go into the grisly details. Suffice to say that there are many, many ducks who shouldn't be allowed near duckling ponds. Anyway, the duck with the longest penis, the Argentine lake duck, has a penis that's usually about half as long as its body. So, at an average length of around 1.5 feet or between 36 and 46 centimeters, their penis is more than half a foot, or around 20 centimeters long. The longest lake duck penis ever recorded was a whopping 17 inches, or 42.5 centimeters. On the scale of humans, that'd be like if a dude unleashed his dong from the top of a stepladder and it hit the floor. Which, for the record, is an OSHA violation, for a lot of reasons. There are, however, some animals that arguably beat both ducks and barnacles in terms of penis-to-body ratio. Well, intermittent organ-to-body ratio. Some male cephalopods like octopus and squids have an intermittent organ that's called a hectocotylus, that's basically just a modified arm. In Argonauts, the male will tear off his sperm-laden arm and present it to the female. Sometimes the male Argonaut will even throw it into the female from a distance so she doesn't eat him because he is significantly smaller than she is. When he breaks off his hectocotylus like this, you could argue that his intermittent organ-to-body ratio is, technically, infinite. The hectocotylus sometimes will stay inside of the female for long after the male has died, or been eaten, so you could say its body length would be 0. And if you divide something, in our case the length of the hectocotylus, by 0, the result according to the IEEE 754 floating point standard is infinity. Well, really just undefined, but we're here to talk about penises, not mathematics. The largest penis head-to-body ratio among animals is found in the spiny echidna. Our buddy Knuckles has 5 heads in total, 4 of which belong to his penis. There is 1 shaft and 4 heads that branch off of it that look sort of like tube coral. Knuckles uses only half of his penis heads at any given time to fertilize his mate's 2-branched reproductive system, and he alternates which half he uses during each mating session. During mating season, up to 10 males will form a train behind a female in heat just for the chance to fertilize her egg. This queuing behavior has led some to petition to make the echidna the national animal of the United Kingdom. So, there have been a whole lot of animals with a whole lot of impressive dongs so far, but there is still one animal, however, that trumps all of them in terms of penis size. At least in theory. And that creature is the humble Goniobranchus reticulatus, a colorful sea slug found in the oceans of Tonga. This species has a 3-centimeter long penis, but it's potentially an infinitely long penis. Or, at least, this sea slug could theoretically make infinite penises. You see, when this sea slug mates, it always loses the top third of the tip of its penis. Then, the penis regenerates after about a day, and each slug has up to 3 rounds of penis stored inside of it at any given time. So, to grow enough penis to beat a human, the sea slug would only need to grow some shafts for about 2 weeks, and to beat a blue whale, it would take less than a year. If the sea slug wanted to grow enough penis to stretch from the Earth to the Sun, they could do so in only 40 billion years. Something you can do in much less than 40 billion years is sign up for CuriosityStream and Nebula, where you can find an extra long and uncut version of this video. Or, if you felt like this video was a little too male-centric for you, you could check out The Creation of Motherly Love on CuriosityStream. the second episode of the Leaps in Evolution series that explains why humans and animals evolved to raise children so affectionately. If you watch BioArk videos, you probably really enjoy animals, and CuriosityStream has tons and tons of incredible nature and animal documentaries for you to choose from. They literally have this entire nature category you can select from, and dang, that's a lot more interesting animal content than I'm currently offering here on YouTube, and a lot of it is from really big names too, like David Attenborough, Jane Goodall, and many, many more. Even if nature isn't your thing, there are thousands of other nonfiction and documentary titles you can find on CuriosityStream across many other genres like true crime, history, or science. And you can get all of it for less than $15 a year by following the link down in the description. But best of all, that also will get you a free subscription to Nebula as well, my own streaming platform that I made myself with the power of friendship along with some other educational creators like Sam from Wendover, Brian from Real Engineering, and the windmill mascot from Real Life Lore. On Nebula, we can create things that would be demonetized or suppressed by the YouTube algorithm. Like this video probably will be, but I'm putting it up on here anyway. There's a special cut of this video on Nebula, however, with some bonus content that would absolutely have made this video demonetized here on YouTube. So if you want to go check that out, go ahead and sign up for both Nebula and CuriosityStream by using the link down in the description. Alright, enough shilling. Time for one last fun fact. So, fellas, and also some ladies I guess, if this video has made you feel inadequate in any way, don't worry. Not only can you compensate by signing up for CuriosityStream and Nebula, but you can also keep this factoid in mind. Humans have the largest penis in terms of both sheer size and in terms of penis to body ratio of any primate, ape, or monkey. It might not be any blue whale behemoth, but hey, it's something. Thank you for watching BioArk.